Hi and welcome to Sterling Report. A truck collides with a school bus, creating a mass casualty scene that no one would be prepared to handle. Except your Sterling Heights Fire Department is.
Sterling Engine 1, PD on scene reporting multiple injuries. We have a school bus on its side.
That's because the Sterling Heights Fire Department is constantly training to provide the best possible service on your worst possible day. On this day, they had the opportunity to train with high school EMT students, creating as realistic a scene as possible and allowing the students to understand the experience from the patient's perspective.
Well, with actual people, they have actual emotions. Dummies don't talk. Dummies don't act. We've told the students, these are realistic injuries to you. If they touch you, respond appropriately. We had a couple of our students that were told to literally run around and just be a bother to the first responders, which is, in a mass casualty incident, something that generally does happen. You'll get people that have had a stress reaction, maybe minorly injured, and they're there just being a pain to everyone that they can talk to, pulling on them, running up to them, talking to the other patients. So it makes it a lot more realistic for our guys to have to move real people, because then they have to really be cognizant of strapping them down, safely moving them, and being able to ask questions. Again, those mannequins don't answer those questions. You can take and write down everything on a piece of paper and tape it to the mannequin, but it's not realistic. This gives a realistic feel to the training, which is what our fire department and our partners in Universal Ambulance want to have. They want realism, because the closer I can get to a real incident, the better prepared our staff and our partners will be if an incident like this were to happen.
Because the SHFD depends on Universal Ambulance as part of their day-to-day operations, having them participate in the training helps to ensure everyone's on the same page when a real incident occurs.
Without them, we can't get our patients to the hospital. We may be there first, but we want to always work and bring them into our trainings as much as possible, because that's real life. Again, that's the realism of our city's EMS response, is that they do our transporting.
Captain St. Peter explained that in the month leading up to this training event, the SHFD held a lecture on mass casualty incidents, reviewed the county mass casualty protocols, and discussed triage procedures. As each of these live training events wrapped up, the crews gathered together to discuss what they learned from the session.
Usually we always do, sometimes they call it a hot wash or a debriefing after the incident. It gets everyone the opportunity to say, this is what I think went right, this is what I think didn't go so right, here's how we can improve upon it. And it gives everyone a voice too, because again, we went around the group, all of the officers there got a chance to speak and say what they thought. It's that voice being heard, the crew to the administration who was here, Universal was involved, they had their voice, so everyone was working together to make the event, successful.
While those training sessions took place behind the DPW facility on 18 Mile Road, a week earlier, a very successful Electronics Recycling Day event was held in front of the building. Sterling Heights residents came out in droves to the facility on Saturday, April 25th. They were looking to keep unwanted electronics out of the landfill by participating in the city-sponsored Electronics Recycling Day. With an almost endless line of vehicles pulling in to drop off a variety of items, the DPW was able to fill 2 semi-trucks and 1 large box truck full of electronics. An estimated 50,000 pounds of material was collected at the one-day event. And keeping the environment in mind, DTE Energy Foundation partnered with Relief Michigan on Arbor Day to plant trees in their southeast Michigan service area, including a few right here in Sterling Heights. The DTE Energy Foundation launched a $250,000 expanded tree planting program on Arbor Day with the help of Relief Michigan, a volunteer nonprofit organization for tree planting and education. Steve Kermis, DTE Energy President and CEO, spoke to a group of volunteers and local officials at Freedom Hill, the Sterling Heights location chosen to receive a few of these trees.
We're proud to kick off our expanded tree program planting here today, and I'm pleased to announce that DTE Energy Foundation is investing $250,000 for this effort, which will be enjoyed for generations to come. DTE has a long history of preserving, protecting, and sustaining our environment in the communities which we live, work, and serve, like Macomb County, and I'm pleased that we are continuing our work to make Michigan greener. Starting today and running through the month of May, we're planting trees in all 11 counties of our electric service territory across southeast Michigan. We have partnered with the counties to choose the locations and Relief Michigan for tree planting and education. As part of that, we work closely to ensure that we're planting the right trees in the right places to beautify our cities, local parks, and enhance our area's natural habitat. This is a great reminder that the small seedling you plant today at your homes will grow to be a big tree tomorrow. So by planting only low-growing trees near and below power lines, you can assure that they can coexist successfully for years to come.
Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle was on hand to participate in the plantings and talked about the site selected for the kickoff event.
I'm looking at the areas that we tried to pick, and there was absolutely no question about it. This needed to be an area that we wanted to focus on. This is a central location throughout the entire county of Macomb, and one that we're very proud of. And so we thought, you know what, this is a good opportunity for us to select this site for 4 of those trees.
Sterling Heights Mayor Taylor also came to participate in the planting of these trees in one of America's great tree cities.
Well, we're out here at Freedom Hill Park for a celebration of Arbor Day with DTE. We planted a tree right behind me here. We're going to plant 3 more today.
For 40 years, visitors to Dodge Park have enjoyed the Music in the Park Summer Concert Series on Thursday evenings. This year, Thursdays change in Dodge Park. Starting this June 4th and lasting until October 29th, Sterling Heights Parks and Recreation will open its Farmers Market. The market will give locals a chance to enjoy fresh foods and products from local growers.
There's going to be a variety of products. One of the biggest things that we're trying to achieve is 80% of the vendors that are going to be on site will be selling consumable goods, which could range from fresh produce to meat, eggs, cheese, dairy, pies, flowers. The other 20% could be selling essential oils, pottery, art type items, things of that nature, artisans that'll come in and sell their wares. So it's very important though to keep the percentage 80-20.
The Farmers Market will be located in the parking lot of Dodge Park during the concert series and will continue on through the summer once Music in the Park ends, taking 1 week off for Sterling Fest.
The Farmers Market is just another opportunity to enhance the quality of life in Sterling Heights. It's a great opportunity for the community at large to meet in a common place. Dodge Park is centrally located in the city, so it's easy for everybody to get to. But it's a place to gather, it's a place to spend time with your friends, it's a place to enjoy the park, and it's an opportunity to support local growers and artisans and farmers and just support the community. You know, the better off that our farmers and local artisans do, the better it is for our local economy. It's just more money that gets pumped into our economy.
For those looking for a traditional Thursday night in Dodge Park, the Music in the Park concert series celebrates its 40th anniversary with 7 concerts. Kids' entertainment will coincide with the concerts. The lineup for the acts is as follows. June 4th, Remedy with a kids' face painter. June 11th, Hidden Agenda with kids' balloon artist. June 18th, Magic Bus with Cool Car Rally and kids' face painter. June 25th, Cadillac West with kids' airbrush tattoos. July 2nd, Steve King and the Diddleys with an all-American party, including lawn games and a bounce house. July 9th, Air Margaritaville with kids' balloon artist. And July 16th, Capture Detroit with cheeseburger cook-off and kids' airbrush tattoos. Along with enjoying the farmers market this summer, a new store recently opened up in Sterling Heights that will help you furnish your home for the summertime. Allstate Home Leisure recently joined the Sterling Heights Regional Chamber of Commerce and Industry and held their ribbon cutting. Allstate, whose slogan is "Life Well Played," has 3 other stores primarily on the west side. When deciding to open their 4th store, the decision to come to Sterling Heights was easy.
Well, we felt it was a good spot in the community for us to open a new location. We have 3 other locations in Metro Detroit, and this is a growing community and was a good spot for us.
For 22 years, Allstate Home Leisure has specialized in patio furniture, pools and hot tubs, outdoor kitchens and grills, game rooms, and home decor. With the recent improvements in the economy, Allstate decided it was a great time to expand their business.
Yeah, we're excited. You know, a lot of people are doing the staycation where they're staying at home, reinvesting in their backyard or their lower level in their basement and such. And we're seeing a lot of growth because of that. That's one of the reasons we're opening a new store here. We're excited to be in this community because we know it's a growing up and coming community, and business is good because people are reinvesting in their yards and in their homes.
Allstate Home Leisure is located on Shaner just south of Hall Road near Heritage Church. And finally today, the Sterling Heights Public Library recently had a chance to thank its many volunteers. The Sterling Heights Public Library has relied upon volunteers for years. With programs like the Friends of the Library and Pause for Reading, volunteers are instrumental. Nearly 150 volunteers were honored last week at the Public Library for their dedication to many important programs at the library.
Well, the library couldn't do everything it does without our volunteers. The biggest group of volunteers are the Friends that work at the bookstore, and that's about 70-some people. We also have our Pause. Kids are able to read to therapy dogs, so a lot of our volunteers bring their dogs for the kids for that program. And we've got people that weed books. We've got our library board, the Historical Commission boards here, and the Friends board.
The volunteers were treated to a catered lunch at the Library Programming Center. Sterling Heights Mayor Taylor and members of the City Council were on hand to give thanks.
Yeah, the volunteers are really what make this city run in a large respect. The library is one of the services that people throughout the entire city use, old or young, people of different cultures. I see them here all the time, and without the work of the volunteers behind me, this place wouldn't be the great asset that it is to the city.
First of all, the library has always been one of my favorite places in the city. And the fact that we have so many volunteers that help us raise money that we can add, to our budget so we can provide services and programs for the residents of the city they're just a great asset.
The volunteers here at the Sterling Heights Library are very important. They are what makes this library such a fantastic place. Some of the knowledge that they have that they share with the customers, just their helpfulness and working the bookstore, everything that they do is very, very important.
If you'd like to find out how you can volunteer at the library, you can call 446-BOOK. And that's going to wrap up this edition of Sterling Report. Till next time, take care.